Tonight on Bottom Gear, Beast has yet another beer. I find myself back in the game, and Bud is just Bud. I ran out of something good to say.
I forgot to put this bottle of like cherry wine in the fridge before this.
Oh, so you've now got hot cherry wine. Oh
nah,
no.
it's still like room temperature. Like not unpleasantly warm, but also not like nice and refreshingly cold.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a little bit worse than usual, but still acceptable. Hello, welcome back to the one. I'm very pleased that today we're back with Grisaia, by the way.
And also, all praise the Undesire, and indeed to my insurers for getting my laptop working again for the second time.
Pray to fucking Hephaestus it stays working.
Yeah, if for just a bit longer. Well, they did do replacement of the SSD, so hopefully it lasts a bit longer.
We will have to wait and see. My scooter is I actually don't have my scooter currently because we sent it in. Because it can't be that after a bit over a year, it can't even get to half of the max travel distance that it is supposed to have. Like, it's supposed to have a full 20 kilometers of range, but it barely manages 9. And additionally, it straight up does not even go up the tiny hill next to my house. Like, that hill is maybe like a maximum 10-degree like elevation.
Yeah, it's just a hillock, and then all of a sudden, nothing doing.
Yeah, like it just straight up falls down from 20 kilometers or an hour to fucking like 10, 9. Like that ain't possible, you know. It turns out while the fucking brand that I got was, oh god, what was it called again? Thank God I have an app for it on my phone. Yeah, 9bot. The thing I have is called 9bot Kick Scooter F20D. And yeah, apparently the actual 9bot company does not offer a guarantee for it. The guarantee that I have for it is from the fucking like store I bought it at instead of from the actual manufacturers. Because the actual manufacturers doesn't offer it. And the store is like, well, this isn't gonna fucking sell if we don't have some kind of guarantee on it. So we're gonna put a 3-year guarantee on it. Except for the fucking, like, battery. The internal battery is going to only have half a year of guarantee. But hey, thankfully the fucking battery isn't the only issue. Because who knows, maybe they'll have the fucking decency to fix the battery as well while trying to fix the fucking motor. Who knows? Anyways, pretty sure ask for an alternative penalty is the choice we have to go for. Funny how this game doesn't actually like demark which choice has already been chosen. Oh well, ask for an alternate penalty. Personally, I'd prefer a different penalty if that's alright with you.
そうですか。では、風見さんとの再戦を要求します。
An interesting choice. Can't say I was expecting a second round, but if you're that caught up in the game, Sachi, I don't mind giving you another match when we have the time.
はい。では私も明日からなるべく時間を空けておくようにします。
Seriously fired up?
やぶきですか?
Fundamentally, Sacha seems to be the same airheaded girl as always, but judging from this highly out-of-character assertiveness, she must have gotten quite fond of Makina's strange game.
二人ともまだ残ってるかな。
Okay, either Amane is wearing clown shoes for some reason.
That's something for the cat's thumbnail.
Or
No,
turns out that her size comes from silicon, and that is just squeezing. It's like squeaking around inside her tits.
I think it's just Machina's slippers.
Also possible. Makina's the one
It's
wearing
less-
clown shoes.
Yeah, she is the clown of this lobster circus.
Also, I just remembered that I found something that I feel the need to post into the fucking chat. Cactus, when you're making a thumbnail, I challenge you to hide this somewhere where I won't find it. Hiding it behind something is not allowed. Hide it somewhere where it's just hard to find overall. Fucking viewers that find it, I don't know, get pinned or something. Nah, not actually.
Where's Wally?
Acknowledge
The ultimate
him.
Where's Wally? Word.
Best girl in the first game.
なんなんいなかったら部屋への突入サインを出すだけなのよ。誰にだよ。お、いたいた。
Was that the silicon in your tits squeaking around, Amane? Makina returns from the second floor in a few minutes after she left, this time with Amane in tow. What's this? Makina, please tell me you're not thinking of adding Amane into this game for a 4-way battle royale.
それは明暗です。ああ、目を輝かせてるさっちゃんには悪いんだけど、私が来たのは別の用事なの。
Marin.
そう、今日はさっちゃんとユージをスオー家の夕食に招待しようと思って。
Not that you invited us to eat, not that you inviting us to eat is particularly rare, but what's a formal invitation? Some special occasion?
それは自分の胸に手を当てて考えたらわかると思うけど。
I was instructed to put my hand on my chest and search for the answer in my heart. Does lub dub have anything to do with it? Because that's all I'm getting.
はあ、どうしてそうベタな反応になっちゃうかな。
Kindly stop heaving sighs in my direction. As I've told you before, I'm a surprisingly naive soul. Please spell out the situation for me.
だってマキナに入れ知恵したのユージなんでしょ。
So we're talking about the tacos here.
そのおかげで料理を一つ追加することになったのはいいんだけど、一人分だけ作るのは食材がもったいないから多めに作ってみんなで食べてもらおうかなって。
I see.
Bless you.
Hachi. It's an idea very typical of a frugal-minded Amane.
だからちゃんと責任取ってねユージ。
Don't phrase it like that. Don't phrase it like that, Amane. You're triggering his run away from responsibility instinct.
Yeah.
He's gonna go
Well,
out for
talk
milk
about
at
it.
this rate. He's gonna go out for milk at this rate.
Knowing the man, he should probably give out the words, "Why go out for milk when we've got two here?" Go on, own up.
Nah, it's just like you saying that reminded me of, you know, she would probably talk about her milk jugs, and that proceeded to remind me of Corona Blossom since fucking Shino is continuously just called chugs by Pirate Girl. And then I remember just like, wow, I could really do with that game, just dropping the existence that is Kanade. Like, just give me more uni. That's quite frankly all I need. Just give me more uni. More uni and more Arnet just being an adorable dork.
Adorable.
Do me a favor and don't say stuff like that with a blush on your face. It's seriously bad. Also, I've already finished with the prep for my own meal, so...
私も下準備はできているので。じゃあそれ持ってきてよ。私が美味しく調理するからさ。
Impressive resilience, but I suppose it's only to be expected of a veteran resident of the school.
へへ。今日娘は意外に根性据わってますね
Amina's character would improve by 50% if she always talked like that. Jami-san, in Kyoto, do all the girls cackle like murder?
というわけで、二人とも参加決定だから。
I'm gonna close the matter with a wink that reads, I'm a harmless little girl. It's distinctly unconvincing. Also nauseating.
ユージ、顔が白くなってるけど、どうかした？
I swear this woman.
じゃあ、完成まであと30分くらいかかると思うから、もう少しだけお外で遊んでてね。
What are we in grade school now? You want us to go running around the playground until it gets dark?
公園。
Oh no, he said Sachi's trigger word. Oh no.
そんな顔しなくても大丈夫だよ、お兄ちゃん。その間はもちろん、5色プレイプラスでデュエルなのよさ。
For some reason, Margaret mimes the motion of flipping cards off a desk. Since when did that game involve cards? And so I was once again dragged back into the soul-crushing game in question, mumbling complaints all the while.
Ohayo!
Yeah. Answering Michi's greeting, then winking in response to Sakaki's silent glance, I make my way to my seat. What? A perfectly normal morning so far. At least until Amina and an oversized puppy arrive on the scene. Apparently this school is truly torn in regards to pets on campus. Perhaps too much so. Maybe it's a marketing strategy to differentiate them from the crowd, like those animals okay cafes. Just for information, ending your sentences with weird little barks makes you sound like a complete mental case. So she was aware. And by the way, young pup, are you done with extreme typos already?
それは昨日までの遊びポン。今日からは動物擬人化プレイが流行るのよさポポン。この子、遊びを思いつくのも早いけど、飽きるのも早いから。
Amina's words of explanation seem to carry a tinge of exhaustion.
皆さん、おはようございます。あ。
Seems one person hasn't gotten with the times quite yet.
そういえば、昨日はなあな感じでお開きになってたっけ。
Just as Amina says, our extreme typos marathon continued well after we'd finished our group dinner. Once Market has started complaining about being tired, everyone wandered back to their rooms without any firm conclusion to the game.
そういえばそうなのよサポポン。ってあんたたちは何落ち着いてるのよ。早く指摘してあげないとずっとこんな喋り方になっちゃうかもしれないでしょ。それに何か問題かありますか、みちる様。あんたがそれを言うか。
Remnant. Calm yourself, Michiru-sama. Back when the village was still an essential aspect of daily life. The world was a happier place. By avoiding the well, it was possible to avoid women's idle gossip to some degree. In modern times, the whole world is a minefield. You never know when you're going to trigger a verbal explosion, so it's especially troublesome. Despite their small size, they're extremely effective at inspiring females to jatter on at length. Their destructive efficiency resembles that of a hollow-point bullet. He just turns around and starts running.
Busts out the door, breaking the window in the process.
Like, walks in the window, jumps out the window. Walks in the door, jumps out the window. Program of academic activities is over the day. I'm just taking a short breather when Amine calls for my attention. Sorry, I'm busy at the moment. Can I wait?
ちょっと、そんなに露骨に嫌がらなくてもいいじゃない。
I'm not attempting to shoot you down, and I'm not trying to be blunt either. I'm just informing you that I don't currently have time to put up with the lengthy, pointless chattering that people seem to love so much.
ねえ、それ、全然やんわりした表現になってないわよ。ないわよ。嫌がらなくていいじゃないのよさ。今ね、友情の話してたのよ。
I'm sure I've already explained that my knowledge on this particular topic is fairly shallow, but apparently they haven't quite gotten the message yet. Sorry, but I'm not going to be of much use. I've never even done the typical marathon bloody-knuckled fighting by the bank of the river until both sides collapse and become fast friends thing.
君、それを一般的だと思ってるの？そんなの大体の人はやったことないわよ。
That a fact happens all the time in books, though. I was convinced it was a commonplace daily event.
なんで殴って友達になるのよさ。殴られたら嫌いになっちゃうでしょ？
You know, Magna, I don't think you've ever said something that typecast you more as a girl than that.
Bout of femininity.
She is not the most feminine character in this game, yet that sense itself is just like, okay, yeah, that's a girl. Like, she does not understand the mind of men. Also, Bao, apparently.
Wow.
Oh.
でも今回はそういう友情の話じゃないの。男女の友情は成立するかどうか。これって結構重要な問題だと思うのよね。私はよくわかんないんだけどね。友達は友達だもんね。
ごめんなさい。ちょっと通るわね。
ああ、ユミちゃんはどう思う？
どうって何が？
今ね、男女の友情は成立するか否かという人類における命題に手をつけようとしていたのよ。
男女の友情？私にはわからないわ。
ちょっとは考えるのよさ。
考えたじゃない。あまり経験がないから答えようがないのよ。それを知っててわざと質問したの？あまり困らせないで。
王子はちょっと怒ってたのよさ。あんたの言い方が少しぶしつけすぎたんじゃないの？大丈夫ブクブクだと思ったのよ。
ねえマキちゃん、ブンブクブクってどんな生き物？私が考えるに見た目はかなりタコに近くて8本の足と吸盤で食べるとカレー味。それがブンブクブク。
さっちゃん、きっと適当に言っただけだから気にすることないよ。
Vice policy. Take anything Makina says with multiple grains of salt if you listen at all.
適当じゃねえのよ。どっかで聞いたのよさ。
どこで聞いたんだろう。味が気になる。ねえマキちゃん、何味とかって言ってなかった？
味？ 味はわかんねえな。酸っぱいんじゃない？ちょっと忙しいんだから呼ばないでよね。全然呼んでないのよ。だって今酸っぱいって言うから、てっきりまた私をどうにかしようとしてるのかと。
Do you want to be pestered?
そんなわけないでしょ。ちょっと勘違いしただけじゃない。まったくチルチルはヘンチョコリンでヘンテコリンなのよさ。
ヘンチョコ、きっと茶色で足が9本。食べるとカレー味。
Sachi, my friend, I'm somewhat hungry at the moment. You're oddly persistent with this curry thing. Chocolate flavor would have been the more logical choice in this case.
ほんと、私ってば、すみません。
あ、うん。じゃあせっかくだからみちるにも聞いてみようかな。いやよ、絶対あんたに教えてあげないからね。で何？男女の友情って成立すると思う？ほら、男女で親友同士みたいな感じ？ちょっとわかんないかな。こういう話題って男か女かでも考え方が違うからね。どう思ってるか気になるわよね。そうだね。あれ？チルチル、どうしたん
Hachi. Oh no, I've been sneezing so much today. Oops.
Have you raised a lot of dust lately?
なんでもないよ。
No, not really.
ちょっとご
Not
めん
any
ね。
more than usual.
みちる様、大丈夫でしょうか。随分と具合が悪そうでしたが。
確かにね。私気に障るようなこと言ったかな。
いえ、もしかしたら私が味に執着するあまりご機嫌を損ねてしまったのかもしれません。
どっ
If you
ち
want
でもない
berry
ん
stuff,
じゃ
you
ね
just
えの？
have some.
きっとお腹痛いのよさ。
Wait, it's colitis this time? Of course, if there's a fever, we can't rule out malaria either. Well, right, I suppose I'll have to take appropriate measures.
ユージに任せて大丈夫かな。
Yeah, okay then, I'll be going now. I decided to poke my nose into Michiru's business, less out of genuine concern for her health than a desire to escape tedious conversation. But after searching the entire dormitory from top to bottom, she's nowhere to be found. Locked in the lavatory, perhaps.
どうしたの？探し物だったら静かに探して。
Have you seen Michiru?
松島さんなら外に出て行ったけど。
What? Thanks for the heads up.
ええ、別にいいけど。
Why would she head outside when she's clearly feeling poorly? Was that just some sort of act? Michiru, what do you think you're doing? You need to take it easy if you don't want those clothes to end up irredeemably soiled.
何が？
Is your chest hurting? Looks like you're in pain.
でも大丈夫。休めば治るから。
Michiru's face contorts in evident agony. Beads of greasy sweat have formed on her forehead. It looks like she has considerably more serious. It looks like a considerably more serious attack than the one I witnessed a few weeks ago. What's wrong? Look, I know you're devoted to your craft, but no one's going to revoke your membership with the Tsundere Club if you ask for help when you're sick.
大丈夫だってば。この前と同じだから少し休めば治るし。
Goodness knows what that was.
Nope.
Nobody
no
knows.
idea.
It looked terrible
Lost
though.
in the void
晴れてる
forever.
から大丈夫。ねえ、それよりも一人にさせて。
Can't do that. I'd be unable to assist if this attack suddenly developed into a medical emergency.
I think
Not willing to take that risk.
Yeah. I agree with Bud. Kind of already was.
He got very loud.
Sorry?
Feast. He got
Huh?
very loud just now.
I'm sorry, was that me not being very loud or Beast generally?
No, I just took off
Feast.
my headset and put it back on again.
Oh, right.
いいの
Adjusting his hair
もしほっといてくれないなら私がどうか行く
like a cat going somewhere secluded to die.
As good as a word, Michiru stalked sluggishly off the school grounds, dragging her shower behind her like a ball and chain tied to her feet. Seems she found my intervention seriously unpleasant. Quietly watch her go.
大丈夫だった
Yeah, I don't think that was a problem. She just seemed in immense amounts of pain and proceeded to drag herself away.
そっかよかったどうしたのかと思っちゃったわよ
みちる様はどこか具合が悪いのでしょうか。
きっと悪いものでも食べたのよさこの前消しゴムをチルチルに向かって投げたら反射的に口を開けてひょいパクしてたしそれでどうしたのもごもごしながらこれ何って言うからウルテって返事しておいたのよさ
ウルテ、ホルモン焼きにある牛の気管のことですね。
またマニアックな食材をそしたらみちるなんだってうまいねって言ってそのままどっか行った
Girls' taste buds may have been permanently fried from drinking nothing but sour stuff all the time. Wait, but don't they cut those distinctly little notches into the trachea tube when making urute? In the shape alone, she should have been able to determine it wasn't a racer.
そこは私がちゃんとウルテっぽく消しゴムに切れ目を入れておいたのよ
That's medical sabotage.
Yeah. That's just straight up assassination attempt.
結構細かくて大変な作業だったのよ日本人ならではの器用さを発揮したのよさ
I guess it's not surprising she'd make the mistake. Be considerably meticulous about the details.
そんなことしたら
Just
ダメでしょ
overlooked that she just tried
ど
to
う
kill
考えても
somebody.
体に良くないじゃないそこはあれよちゃんとフォローとして胃腸薬も渡しておいたのよさ
Please don't tell me it was a pulverized eraser.
まあとにかくチルチルは今日も元気に生きているのよさマキーな後でちょっと話があるからね
Kill the child.
怒られる気がする
ところで、みちる様はどちらにいらっしゃるのでしょうか。私も様子を見ておきたいのですが。
As I know. She wandered off somewhere by herself.
何それどういうこと私大丈夫だったって聞いたよね
Amina's reaction to my words is distinctly overblown. Things seem to be moving in a troublesome direction all of a sudden. It did indeed, and I assured you that she was. My grounds for that judgment were very simple. Michiru herself said as much.
もう何してるのよあの顔見て大丈夫だって思ったの
Candidine was a little pale person, yet didn't think she'd appear particularly healthy in general. But the girl herself said,
思ってないなら一人にしちゃダメじゃない様子を見てきなよ
でしたら私が。
さっちゃんはいいのこれはみちるを一人にしたユージが悪いだからちゃんと探して責任取ってきなさい
What sort of responsibility do you have in mind?
ちゃんと最後まで介抱してあげるとか保健室まで送り届けるとかあるでしょ男だったらそうしなさいねえさっちゃんユージは女の子に見える
いいえ、女性には見えないですね。性別を問われたら男性だと答えます。
でしょほらねユージ行ってきなさい
And Sam feeling particularly motivated.
私が一緒に行ってあげようかマキナはいいからこれはユージの問題だから
Good lord, it's hardly a problem warranting such squawking. I get the message. Suppose I'll go look for her.
心当たりがあるのでしょうか?
Yeah, there's one place that comes to mind. Leave our school and head to the location in question. Michiru probably headed for that higher ridge overlooking the sea. It's a quiet space where she won't be disturbed, and she seems to find it pleasant. No doubt there are many other places that meet those criteria for her. And yet Michiru isn't here. But how much I look, I don't see our familiar bottle blonde dimwit. Damn, the man sticks grown done. It's dull. I cry. Turn in the direction of the sound towards the very area I checked. At the time, I quickly determined Michiru wasn't there. Now I know there's a blonde girl seated on the grass.
That's you.
Despite that distinctive golden hair and the Miyama Academy uniform she's wearing, I can't convince myself that the girl was Michiru. Very strange. When these errors of judgment on my part, as my perception of reality has been warped by spending so long inside that of her hermetically sealed pocket of eccentricity they call it the school. Michiru, answer me.
Ah, ごめん。少し休んでいただけ。
Nah, I've got the wrong person after all. At least that's what it feels like. But the number of people who wear this uniform is very small. Logically speaking, it can't be any mistake. The girl in front of me has the exact same face as Matsushima Michiru in every perceivable way. But the closer I look, the more she seems like someone else entirely. What's going on here? Very subtle change into some visual detail can dramatically change a person's expression. But this isn't some sort of spot the difference puzzle. But the matter plainly, this Michiru simply is not Michiru. I can understand now why my eyes slid right over her at first. Of course, I'm now left with a far greater mystery. Who is the Michiru I see before me? Who are you?
誰って、どういうこと?
So I ask her point blank. I'm well aware that it's a strange question, but there just doesn't seem to be any other way to phrase it. The impostor Michiru is staring out at the ocean, a small cat curled up on her lap. She looks perfectly healthy. There's no indication of distress on her face. If anything, you think she rolled out of bed at noon and took a little stroll to enjoy the finer weather. She appears utterly relaxed. Is Rommel doing well? Emphasized the name as if to distinctly slap a label on the cat. She turns towards me with a quizzical expression on her face.
ロンメルって、あのロンメル?
I don't know which Rommel you're referring to. There's no way I can answer that question. More importantly, which Michiru are you? You're not that Michiru, I'm pretty sure.
あのミチル? 面白いこと言うのね。ミチルはミチルじゃないの?
This girl doesn't stumble in conversation and conversing with me. She banters back with perfect composure. Or at least I don't think you're the Michiru I know.
わかった。私が悪かった。お芝居はやめるわ。どのミチルだっていいじゃない。今まで誰も気がつかなかったのに。君が分かったことが逆に驚きだわ。
Oh mein Gott, the Codex Astartes is ein bunch of Bullscheiße. I love that video.
The Codex Astartes does not support this action. Praise the Omnissiah. I'm not writing that sentence in binary.
Yeah, makes sense. Am I explaining more detail? I don't understand what's going on here.
だから、どうして理解する必要があるの？何でも理由を求めて、何でも文脈を踏まえて。君は辞書を枕にして生活してるのかな？
I don't think the girl's deliberately trying to confuse me, but his attitude is somewhat irritating. Reminds me of a mean-spirited adult teasing a child while holding an empty cookie jar behind their back. Now that you mention it, I think I may have slept with books more often than women.
そうなんだ。なんだか難しいのよ、君は。もっと頭を柔らかくできないの？君が女の子をデートに誘うとき、どうするか想像もできない。
I'd probably just say come with me. Of course, I'm fully capable of utilizing honeyed words instead if the situation necessitates
そ
them.
の言い方が全然普通じゃないよね。初めて会うタイプの人。
There's a pickup line for you. Would you like to come back and see my library?
That's not going to land you a date. That's going to land you a bookworm girl in your home wondering where the books are.
You lied to me, fool. Where is your bookshelf?
That's a misnomer in my house. Most of it is bookshelves, full of books.
Even your bed is a bookshelf just laid on the ground.
I bet he has a whole bookshelf dedicated to trains.
Not immediately to trains, but I do have the entire line of Imperial armor on there somewhere.
Hell yeah.
That a fact.
Still need to find the Fall of Orpheus.
That a fact. Can't say I remember running across anyone like you either. We haven't introduced yet. Michiru lets out a brief, amused chuckle.
そうやって意地悪言わないの。ほら、普通のお話しようよ。海面と陸地の比率の話がお気に入りだっけ？それにしたって。よくここが分かったわね。
Wasn't exactly a difficult guess. You like this place well enough to designate it as your final resting place after all.
ああ、そっかそっか。でもここは風も強いし、少し肌寒いし。私はそれほど好きじゃないな。あの子は気に入ってるみたいだけど。でも少し退屈じゃない？
Sorry you're losing me again. Who's that girl supposed to be?
では理解しやすい会話をしよう。私を探しに来てくれて感謝している。だが心配は無用だ。健康状態は回復し良好。しばしの休息を猫と共にとっているだけだ。
Precise, clear phrasing. Must say though, you're now on the insipid side of things.
これ、君の真似なんだけど。
Say what? I see. No, surely it don't talk like that.
A stage of grief,
面
denial.
白い人だね。
Michiru clears her throat with affected a hum.
なるほど。では本当にちゃんと話をしてあげよう。君さ、前に死んだら何もないって言ってたでしょ？天国も地獄もないんだって。
That's right, those stories are complete nonsense and invented to control people through superstitious terror and fraudulent promises of salvation. Of course, once you die, your brain becomes nothing more than a rotting piece of meat, so it can't exactly hurt to think what you want while you're alive. It's not like you're ever going to realize you were wrong. If the idea of a heaven waiting for you makes life more bearable, you may as well believe in it.
でも君はそうは思ってない。
I'm not prone to that particular illusion, no. Understand that death is something like an endless, dreamless sleep.
夜に眠って朝に目が覚めないのが死ぬっていうことよね。
Yeah, more or less.
では、もし目が覚めないと思っていたのに、目が覚めたらどうする？
What are you talking about? A corpse rising from the
ちゃんと
grave?
考えてみて。一度死んで眠りについて、それから目が覚める。君はどう思う？
Well, I have heard stories about people who went into a comatose state and were unmistakably identified as dead. Every once in a while, a corpse pops up off the bed and scares the hell out of everyone in the
ねえ
room.
君、私はそんな話はしてない。死んで目が覚めたらどうするってこと。
She's really like, no, that's not what I mean. I'm literally saying you died and woke up again. Not some weird zombie, not some weird you just fell into a coma, were declared dead, and then you happened to wake up again. Actual death. Listen to me, you dense motherfucker.
We're not talking about Isekai here either.
No, Truckon wasn't involved. Actually, Overwork might have been involved, though. We all know when it comes to Isekai, it's either Truckon dying from overwork, or if you want to be real spicy, someone accidentally dropped something on you and you died.
Or if you're like Life on Mars, you've got to get into a coma from an accident and go back in time rather than to a completely different magical fantasy land.
Which one was that one?
Life on Mars, British police drama.
I don't know that one.
Very good. I've got both series on DVD. It is fantastic.
夜で終わりだと思ってたのに、
I
次
mean,
の
come on,
朝が
it's
来
John
ちゃったら
Cena.
どうするってこと。
Phil Glenister.
Sorry, what?
わからないでしょ。わかんないのよ。つまり、君にもわかんないことがあるってこと。死んだら何もなくなるなんて想像でしかないじゃない。それを知った風に言うことで偉くなったつもり。
If she wanted
Not
to
really
have a
trying to
short
show it
baby
off.
girl.
He just kinda is.
Yeah.
Not particularly.
では質問を変えます。もし死んでそれで終わりだったら、なんで人間は生きてるの？どうせ死んじゃうのに。なんで必死に生きてるの？
And we could just die early and skip the pain? Is that where you're going with
質
this?
問に質問で答えない。自分なりに判断して返答せよ。
If you think your life to be yours alone, I suppose you're free to die whenever you want. But in the vast majority of cases, people can't live alone. Their existence incurs costs on others. Specifically, you're alive because someone else spent money to keep you that way. Until those debts are repaid, letting yourself die would be pretty damn selfish, don't you think?
つまり、人が生きてなくてはいけない理由は、返済期間が終わるまでは、自分の命は借り物だからってこと？
Yeah, oh, by the way, you mind if I do something here? I just got like a fucking message on my phone. I have to take care of something. I mean, yeah, sure. He just suddenly pulls out a fucking sniper and gets into position. So some fucking high-value target is currently on a cruise on the offshore over there.
Yeah.
Hold on. Well, by the way, the whole thing about waking up the next morning after was supposed to be your last day, pulls the trigger. Yeah, that guy ain't waking up anymore.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty hard to wake up when, you know, lacking an entire head.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, I don't remember putting such powerful calibers in this. Also, completely off topic, but I found another fucking isekai. And it's like, first chapter does have one icky implication, but after that, it's literally just completely done away with, and it's going all comedy. Because the only icky implication is because the MC wakes up after in the body of an orphaned girl after the entire carriage that she was transported in got fucking wiped out, and she's the only survivor. And typical, oh no, remembers the fucking life of the 30-year-old dude she was beforehand, but now she's just a girl in another world. And the only icky implication is that she has memories of the owner of the orphanage having sexual relations with her, but using force and drugs. But that's the only real icky implication. After that, it's literally just all fucking comedy, because this girl is just like, alright, I don't fucking want to deal with people anymore. I'm gonna just live on my own. And after the first time, she was like, you know what? Let's try something at least. 3 days schlicking session later. Holy shit, this is dangerous. And ever since then, the manga constantly makes jokes that every time she invents something new, she finds some way to make it a sex thing. And the manga just goes to like scenic pictures to skip her just using whatever she just made to goon. And it's weirdly funny in my opinion. Like girl makes golems to help her take care of her garden, and as well as transportation and guard duties. And the first thing she thinks is, wait, I can combine that golem with the vibrator I made. 3 weeks later, this is dangerous. And it just keeps going like that. And I don't know why, but it's really fucking funny to me. Like, technically it's supposed to have the fucking violence, fear, and sex tags, but thus far, I only see the violence and sex thing because she does completely blow off a fucking multiple orcs and ogres' heads. Yet after that first implication and the first chapter, literally no actually, like, sex has happened. It's literally just all her, like, I can use this for self-care. If you catch my drift and what self-care is supposed to mean here. I don't know why it's so entertaining me. It's just funny as fuck. Like, even like, she's like, alright, fuck, I need to find a way to get eggs because she wants to cook something new. And this other girl that she's friends with at this point is like, hey, I've got like vacation now, and I was gonna go home to the capital, and there's like a bunch of farms that sell milks and eggs really cheap, so I could just take you there. And essentially I'd be going with my own colleague, and the main character's like, going alone? And going alone to the capital with in a party of all girls? I hope this doesn't awaken anything in me. It's constantly jokes like that, and it's great. Somehow this Michiru has managed to drag me into a truly cryptic conversation. Feels like I'm struggling to complete a puzzle with no complete solution. If there's some pointer or questions that completely eludes me. Human beings are too full of themselves. That's the only reason they worry about questions with no answer, like the meaning of life. Every other animal is concerned with the struggle of their daily existence and very little else. Really shouldn't be any different. Where did this ridiculous ego come from anyway? Things probably went off track back when we first started picking up rocks and hitting each other with them.
なんだかよくわかんないな。あんまり面白い話でもないし。
Good for you! I quit. This pointless conversation is officially over. I'm going back to the dorm!
わかった。私はここにもう少しいる。またね、ユージ君。
Turn my back on Michi, resolved to cut off this unpredictable debate. But after a few steps, I come to my senses. It isn't exactly a satisfying conclusion. I was just teased into an ignominious retreat by a cheeky little girl. Turn back to face Michi once more. The black cat, apparently startled by my motion, leaps off Michi's lap and bolts away to the tall grass. Michi looks perfectly fine now, but at school she was pressing her head to her chest and losing in pain. That wasn't the first time I've seen it happen. By some strange coincidence, the previous case also occurred after someone brought up the topic of best friends. The instant Michiru heard those words, her health deteriorated dramatically. Same today. May not be all there is to this. At the very least, it should be the key that leads me to an answer.
ユージ君、どうかしたの?
Well, bud?
Don't make me do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
I want to ask you something? Question mark?
Alright, I want to ask you something it is.
I don't know.
Eager reveal what route we are on now?
Bro.
We are, as I understand, on Michiru-Route.
Yeah, it's kind of obvious. Like, the route choices thus far, the only one where it's just like, I'm not sure which one it could be is the fucking... is, funnily enough, the one route we skipped in Machina.
Yeah.
Because, like, I can both see it for refusing the money and accepting the money for it to lead to her route. Anyways.
何? 平方根の求め方? それとも国語辞典の426ページに何が書いてあるか?
None of the above. I want to know if you have a best friend. Carefully state my inquiry, watching Ichi's face intently. Expected some sort of telling reaction, but there doesn't seem to be any results worth mentioning. Michiru thinks the matter over for a moment. The casual expression on her face suggests a woman pondering her dinner menu.
ねえ君、なんでそんなこと聞くの？
Because you're avoiding the topic whenever the conversation shifts to friendship, best friends in particular. You immediately begin to act strangely. Though it might have some connection to your sudden illness. Thought it might have some connection to your sudden illness.
なるほどね。確かに避けてもおかしくはないと思う。でも、避けてるのは私じゃない。私の考えを言わせてもらえば、親友なんて必要ない。だって、お友達はみんなお友達でしょ？その中で誰が一番かなんて順位付けをするのが正しいことだとは到底思えないもの。それに君の考えに従えば、どうせ死んだら最後は一人になってしまう。それなら特別仲のいい人なんて作りたくない。悲しいだけじゃない。
My brain suddenly went somewhere, and suddenly I think this alcohol is not going to be enough to drown out the fucking pain. Go on, you just keep running. But I'll always be there to bring you back. If you understand the reference, comment down below. Haha, engagement bait. Actually, I'm not even gonna fucking bait anyone. You know what? I'll fucking go ahead and you know what? I'll go ahead and put it in the fucking chat. None of you fucking say what it is. Just try to guess based on the fucking thumbnail what it could be.
Cactus do us proud. Protracted typing occurs.
Anyways, that's a pretty pessimistic way of looking at it.
そうじゃない。現実的なんじゃないかな。
Alright, I understand your thing on the matter. I'll be out of back now. This time I'm fully ready to take my leave, but apparently Michiru is unsatisfied with the collusion. As she immediately calls out to stop me.
待ってよ。君の話も聞かせてくれる？
Sorry, what about me?
だから、私に聞いたことと同じこと。君には親友はいるの？
Can't say I have anyone who would confidently describe that way.
じゃあ、恋人は？
Don't have one of those either. Why are you asking?
いないんだ。君ってモテそうだけど、なんでいないんだろうね。
I mean, let's be honest, in a regular school, he would not be that popular. Like, he's kind of an asshole in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
He's only popular because his school is full of fucking nutcases. What do you...
どんな理由でそんな質問をするんだ？それは、私は恋人を作ったことがないから、恋人という存在がどんなものか興味があるのよ。
I see. So this is what they call idle curiosity.
キスはしたことある？
Yes.
ねえねえ、キスってどんなの？やっぱり気持ちいいの？簡単に言うと、どう？
Suddenly he goes off on an impromptu lecture on the pleasures of sex or something. He was like, listen, I've only kissed in the context of sex, so if we're gonna start somewhere, it's gotta be there. So first off, the man puts his pee-pee into her vajayjay. Like pulls up a whole fucking whiteboard out from the ground
Yeah,
and uses a pointer stick.
wears a white lab coat, perhaps.
Brings out the Venn diagram.
The Venn diagram.
The Venn diagram of like fucking like neglect play, then there's masturbation, then there's just like regular interaction with the other sex, and then it's just like I don't know how to fit gay in there. It's technically also in there, but I don't know how to fit into the Venn diagram. Like if it's interaction with the other sex and denial of pleasure, then we are in just denial play. If it is all three of them together, then we are in S&M sex. And if it is just masturbation and self-denial, you're just a freak. And if it is just masturbation and interaction with the other sex, that's also kind of freaky, but that's more closely to normal sex than normal. Actually, now that I think about it, this Venn diagram doesn't actually have sex in it, aside from the S&M thing. I kind of fucked up this. Do you mind if we continue tomorrow? I'll prepare a proper presentation by tomorrow. God, I remember that one time I got like, I think it was like a fucking, the equivalent of a C for Bud, and the equivalent of, I don't know how the fucking grading system works in Great Britain for Eagle. And for the people that actually know what I'm talking about a 3 on a presentation, only because I straight up forgot the presentation the week I was supposed to hold it. So I held it a week late, and because of that, I had an entire grade just
Dropped like a stone.
dropped. So yeah, I would have had a B on that. Funnily, the said presentation was on Princess Mononoke, and I did because of the phenomenal CG that they used in Princess Mononoke. I first off showed them the scene at the start where the curse is chasing the fucking prince or whatever his fucking name was. I don't remember. Was it Haitaka? I don't remember. Hold on.
Ashitaka. That was the
Ashitaka.
main character,
Ashitaka.
yeah.
Where the fucking curse boar chases Ashitaka and told people, like, point out the CG. And someone was like, the background? No, the actual fucking creature in the middle of the fucking screen. And then I showed them, like, a bunch of examples of, like, bad CG. And one of them is, like, the fucking meme video that, that fucking Gigak did, because of the golden Kamui bear. Out of respect for your admirable attempts at brevity, I'll keep my answers simple as well. Kiss is a moment of contact between two sets of mucous membranes.
それは簡単すぎる気がする。わかんないからしてみてもいい？
Not particularly, I
あり
suppose.
がとう。では。
Michiru rises up on tiptoe and draws her face close. Without a moment's hesitation, she presses her mouth to mine. Her mucous membranes softly adhere to each other. Apparently concerned about knocking her nose against mine, Michiru tilts her face slightly to one side. A tuft of blonde hair brushes against my cheek, thickening my nose with the citrusy scent of her shampoo. Michiru runs her tongue over her lips and creases her brow thoughtfully.
やってみてもわかんないな。
That's a shame, but would you mind telling me why you suddenly...
ちょっと待って。ごめんね。またね、ユージ君。
Say what? Are you going somewhere? Explain yourself. Michiru, that you?
え？お！
Oh, I hear the brainlet again. I hear the lack of IQ.
Hey, leave her alone.
You know, her voice becomes a lot clearer the moment her brain is absent from her skull, creating a better resonance body.
You hear the Windows shutdown noise.
We were having such a nice moment.
おー近い何近い何よあんた急に目の前に現れて近すぎるのよ危うくキスするとこだったじゃない危ないわね
Exactly, should I interpret this? Seems we're back to the old Michiru. Yo, long time no see. Glad you're doing well. I was somewhat concerned.
別にあんたに心配してもらわなくてもいいわよその私変なこと言ってなかった
Anything strange? Have you ever said anything that wasn't?
キーブもあんたね失礼にも程があるのですけど
Now settle down. I do want an explanation of all this, but I suppose it can wait. You're tired, aren't you? Let's head back to school.
話ってどういうことよあんたになんて何も話してあげないんですからね
Yes, yes, fine. I'm going to leave you behind now.
ああ待ちなさいよユージあおかえり大丈夫だった
Well, nah, she was real fucking weird. Asked me about the meaning of life of life after death, and then kissed me. Then she went back to being brainless. I need to fucking lie down. This was exhausting.
私は全然大丈夫よむしろユージが大丈夫じゃないぐらいだわ
The girl speaks truth. I'm somewhat exhausted at present.
それは珍しいわねでもちゃんと連れて帰ってくるなんてやっぱりユージはしっかりしてるわね
It wasn't exactly easy. I hope it was sufficient to satisfy you, Amane. God, the way I said sufficient just reminded me of the accident report form video again. Hope the additional details will prove sufficient. I'm a bricklayer by trade. Oh, boy.
もちろんよオゲーなのよお兄ちゃんならやってくれると信じていたのよさ
Why is Makina praising the big gay?
オゲーなのよお兄ちゃんならやってくれると信じていたのよさ
Why did someone send me a random Fuamoko video? But I'm happy for Fuamoko. I'm very happy for them. Like, not only did they escape the clutches of Manga Gamer, but they're also a lot more popular now. I assume I don't have to explain what the fuck I meant by that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Fumoku used to be the Go-Go
Yeah.
Nippon twins.
Yeah,
Sisters, whatever. I adore that even after finally getting an upgrade to her own character. Fucking Moko-chan still cannot escape being the flat one.
Well,
I think it was
something's never
Moko-chan at
changed.
least. Yeah, Moko was the flat one. Mokoko was the flat one, and Fuawa was the boingy one. Okay, that reminds me. Recently, this was literally today, got recommended like a YouTube short of just like a Bibu reacting to being told that she is the award winner of the HoloLive EN Fan Discord Award of Least Sexy HoloLive Member.
Well, that happened.
With the others being like, oh god, who were the others again? One of them was Kobo, the other was, god, who was the other? Oh well, it doesn't fucking matter right now. And she's like, as she read the like, I would like to congratulate you on being the award winner of least sexy member for life. I'm sexy. And then she proceeds to cope by like, well, I'm no sexy, but that means I'm all cute. And then saying that she's going to get an Arista Culture, which that can only go wrong. On another note, you know that did you know that Chatot signature move in Pokemon used to be banned in competitive?
What's the signature move again?
Chatter.
Ah.
A flying sound-based move that has a percentage chance to confuse. Do either of you know why it was banned?
Something to do with race, wasn't it? No, I'm thinking of Jinx, aren't I?
The reason was that in Gen 4, you could record your voice with Chatot, and it would say the thing you said when it used chatter, because it's a parrot. And based on how loud you were in that recording, the chance to confuse increased. So of course there were a bunch of cases where people just loudly screamed fuck into the microphone. So they just banned the move. And that I'm pretty sure this is still banned to this day, because while that feature is taken away from any future releases, you can still trade an old Chatot from Gen 4 that you gave, that you recorded a voice line for, and it will still play those in newer generations, if I remember correctly. Not entirely sure though. Anyways.
心配かけて悪かったわね。でも悪いなんて思ってないんだからね。みちる様は何も思わなくていいですよ。何も考えず、何も感じず、ただただ呼吸を繰り返してくださいね。そうね。自由に生きる。それが松島みちるスタイル。サチも私のことを分かってきたよね。それがスタイルですね。はいはい、スタイルスタイル。ものすごくあしらわれてる気がするんだけど。
I dropped my hammer.
そうでしょうか。みちる様を肯定させていただいたのですが。
Alright, madam, I'm brushing you off, but you can't deny you did it with an admirably light touch.
ならいいわ。軽くなら問題なし。これが重くだったら絶対に許してなかったけどね。はい、許した。許されました。ありがとうございます。それじゃあ私は部屋に戻るわよ。あ、あまね、私も行くから待って。それでは私も失礼させていただきます。私も部屋で一休みとしゃれ込もうかしらね。
Michiru, are you alright?
大丈夫よ。私の心は広いのよ。サチに何か言われたぐらいで落ち込んだりしないわ。
That's not what I'm referring to. I'm talking about your physical health.
うん。それはまあもう大丈夫よ。慣れてるから。
Let's see.
何よ。あんたね、もうあんなに近くに来たらダメだからね。
You're the one who approached me.
そんなわけないでしょ。嘘吐きは泥棒の始まりなんだからね。
Listen, I understand. I am the type to just absentmindedly just pack the receipt into my bag along with the things I bought and then forget to take it out of my fucking backpack. But they don't fucking just collect that badly? Michiru, my friend, I think you might have meant siege.
うるさいわね。嘘つきは泥棒の始まり。嘘吐きは泥棒のさらなる始まりなのよ、この泥棒。
Aaron Garen babbling apparently concluded for the moment. Michiru stalks off. I'm apparently so fucking bad at unit building in Warhammer 3.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know what it is. Apparently I'm just terrible. There have always been things about the girl I found hard to understand. But today, Aaron Gumbrand's ability reached new heights. So I'm gonna have to keep an eye on her from now on. Fuck.
もうそうでしょうか。
Fuck.
みちる。ロード。セーブ。
There we go.
ロード。セ
For
ーブ。
safety.
音量設定。テキスト設定。ダイアログの表示設定。
Of course you would.
I had to. Legally obligated. The girl told me our world is a box. In childhood, everyone's convinced that snow white wings are budding on their back. We tell ourselves someday I'll fly away from here to some strange, wonderful place. We think that by going where we want to go, we'll magically become the person we want to be. But in reality, there's nowhere else to go, and no feathers lift us out of the dust. When we finally realize this, it's hard to overstate how bitter a disappointment it is. Maybe yourself remember that adolescent feeling of powerlessness and futility. Why was I born in the first place? Why do I have to die? Not quite, however, I do remember the feeling of fucking disappointment and in myself when I realized that, you know what, I'm not smart enough to ever become the inventor that I dreamed of being as a kid. Like that is always going to be.
Is that really what you wanted to be?
Yeah, I've wanted to be an inventor as a kid.
Huh. Okay.
I wanted to, like even something my mother will not fucking let me live down is just like me wanting to like invent teleportation so I can go out and meet friends and go to school even in the rain. This was before I realized that school is terrible, which was 2 weeks into first grade.
A little bit helpless.
Like something that my mother will also never let me live down is that on my first day of school, at the end of the day, the teacher was like, "All right, does anyone else have any questions or something?" And I raised my hand, or like, "Does anyone have any question? Want to say anything else before we end the things for the day?" And I raised my hand. The teacher called on me, and instead of just like saying something or asking something, I got up, walked up in front of the fucking class, and started to hold a speech about how happy I was to finally be able to attend school and how much I'm looking forward to learning here. And I also keenly remember regretting the entire speech 2 weeks later.
Right. Okay, well, it's no bad thing to be keen to learn, but normally you keep that to yourself.
There was so many things I would beat child me for. Part of the reason was never studying as a kid. Like the first grade where I really needed to study to perform to a satisfactory level, where I should have studied to perform to a satisfactory like B level, was I think like fucking, God, I think it was like 6th grade or 7th grade. I don't remember. Before that, it was not really that hard for me to get like B's or maybe at worst low C, like high C's. But then like 6th grade, it suddenly got like, okay, like I am more likely to get like C's. I still get B's, and I even get like the occasional A's. Like, I do remember that for one math test, everyone, like, I was sick on the day we got the math test back. And when we get the math test back, our teacher always tells us how many A's there were, how many B's there were, how many C's there were. And for this test in particular, there was literally only one A. And I was sick on the day where we got it back, and the next day when I was healthy again and got to school, literally my entire class went up to me and congratulated me. And I was just sitting here like, why the fuck's everyone congratulating me? And then finally someone told me, you literally had the only A on this math class, on this math test. And it was like 7th grade, I'm pretty sure, where that happened. But yeah, like, because of that kind of shit, I never learned how to study.
Yeah, I see the problem there, because there was no failure from which to learn.
Yeah, and then when the failure finally came, it was too late to learn. Because it is extremely hard to really learn how to study that late into your school career. That's just how the world works, of course, but we're too fragile and self-centered to accept that. We spend years muttering to ourselves, I'm different from the rest, I have to be. When that delusion gives way under the weight of our own mediocrity, we cling next to the thoughts, someone will take me away from here. It's not a delusion that I'm different from others. I'm considerably worse. And special existence will swoop down and pluck me out of this ugly, petty, tedious world. Maybe I can't fly, but someone who will carry me off to the... but someone who can will carry me off to the promised land. No, we don't want the promised land. That's a fucking propaganda spread around by Shinra. Actually, it isn't. They believe the promised land exists. They're stupid. And when that turned real to be nothing but an empty fancy, the box slowly, solemnly slides shut above us. We have our air holes, barely sufficient to keep us breathing, but our illusory freedom shrivels and dies. Sky's an impenetrable lid above us, and a passive ruler that claims our feathers as tribute. That's the world we live in. I don't even want feathers! I just want a fucking job that I can, like, not suffer doing. I just want a job that I don't mind doing. Like, I don't have to enjoy it. It's just like, I don't want to sit there every day like, damn, I don't want to go to work. Just... come on!
Figure out a different method of jollying yourself along.
Like, the sad the sad thing is, like, I could never actually hack it as a YouTuber because, like, I'm too fucking lazy. Like, to do actually all the preparations that actual big YouTubers do for their fucking videos. Like, I'm too fucking lazy for that shit. Class is over and done with for the day, and some of us are still hanging around the classroom. I just returned to the door myself, but I was only a few pages away from finishing a book, so I decided to stay at my desk and indulge. Not a bad story. The book was Chasing the Dragonfly, Volume 3 by Sendo Akira. Having found the Lesser Emperor tucked away in a corner of the city at the end of Volume 2, I would have expected Wataru to end up like this. I'm actually interested in reading some other stuff by this author now, but this book is a badly banged up antique that seems to have passed through half a dozen used bookstores by now. On top of which, the publisher is some company called Chikagindo Books that I've never heard of before. Probably might have been decades ago. As there's no point wasting my time looking.
それ随分と気に入ったみたいね。
Yeah, pretty decent stuff. Thanks as always.
集中して読んでいたみたいだから。
Meteor with Fantasia.
Metaphor Refantasia with prologue demo. Did I? Don't know about that.
だって何度か声をかけたけど返事しなかったじゃない。
See, guess I got a little too caught up in the book's world. Concentration and imagination are closely linked. As an experiment, you could try memorizing the scene before your eyes and recreating it down to the finest detail in your mind. Repeat this, and your ability to focus will gradually improve. There are apparently some people who remember the books they've read as lines of print type, but that's the exception to the rule. Generally speaking, the scenes you imagine while reading are what stay with you. Personally, I find remembering things I've never actually seen kind of enjoyable. With adequate imagination, you can go anywhere and become anyone. Immersing yourself in that illusory freedom can make for a nice change of pace from reality. Not to say that I read purely for practical reasons.
もうこの本の虫どもがもっと動いていこうよ。いや、ユージは動いてるか。よし、ならよし。で、ユミコは運動してんの？
I was about to say, you bitch, you try to beat Yuji in literally any sport. You fucking try.
ある程度はしてるわよ。松島さんに心配してもらわなくても大丈夫な程度にはね。
To be honest, Michiru, I'm under the impression you exercise less than anyone in this room. Even I'm gonna put some effort into keeping up that figure, you know.
わっかねー。私はね、もうすっごい運動できますからね。別にいいのよしなくて。わかる？
いつもそう言うけど、実際にその運動能力が発揮されたのを見たことがないけど。
もしかしてあんた疑ってるっていうの？仕方ないわね。じゃあどこからでも攻撃してきなさい。私が見事に全てよけ。
Oh, she's about to get fucked. Also, can we just place our bets right now? Because I'm 100% convinced that the only reason why she's saying that she is athletically gifted is because, like, a majority of tsundere characters tend to be very physically fit. You know, so they can hit better. Before Michiru could even finish her sentence, Kagi thrusts out an arm with no wind-up. Her empty fist clenches as it holds an imaginary box cutter comes to an abrupt halt in front of an inch in front of Michiru's face. Not that bad for an amateur. As if she'd been trying to kill, there'd already be a blade stuck right between Michiru's eyes. Hold on. Oh, there we go. It's called Boa Choke. Like Yuji Yoshibiti just has her down on the fucking ground in a Boa Choke. Hold on. I already read that.
You alright there?
Nah, I just like fucking cleared my throat as if I was trying to say something, and then it just fucking looked up the the fucking soundbite of the melee announcer going game. Good half second after the outcome settled, Michiru leans her upper body backward a little. I don't think I've ever seen a backward sway quite this sluggish before. Does the girl have an email or what?
どう由美子完全に避けたわよ
I've seen better, to be honest. To be even more honest, I don't think I've ever seen worse. A perfect failure, one might say. A fight hinged on your ability to formulate split-second tactics, but Michiru was so incompetent that she didn't even recognize the danger she was in. Such utter obliviousness is almost charming. Sorry, but I think this match is settled. A bit of a stretch to even call it a match.
でしょ顔にパンチが当たる直前に避けるこの判断力そして恐るべきスピード私ってば今日も完璧だわ
This girl doesn't even seem to realize Skaki was taking it easy on her. I think she may need to learn her place. Skaki, let's try it again. This time, don't stop. I authorize you to hit her.
だけど今の見てたでしょ
Yeah, that's exactly why I'm saying this.
そう
ふふふいつでも来なさいよね私がカンペ
The fucking quick movement of the fucking sprite along with the...
Hey.
Michiru probably doesn't even know what hit her. She closed her eyes reflectively at the sharp jab of pain in her forehead. Before they opened again, Skaki had already brought her arm back to its previous position. From Michiru's perspective, there's no evidence that Skaki even moved. The bottle blonde stares uncomprehendingly at her foe, trying to understand how she was attacked. Huh, splendid poke to the forehead.
なんか道具使った電気的な機械のようなもの
God. Like she didn't like in Michiru's imagination instead of poking her, she's just gonna like pull like a fucking sex machine and just had it repeated. Let's just put a fucking like plastic glove on top of it and just had it repeatedly poke her in the forehead or something.
いいえそんなものは持っていないわ
じゃあ叩いたのいつもう一回やってみてだって由美子ズルしたでしょはい
Why'd she kind of sound like she's into that one? Are you sure you poked her forehead and not something else?
ハリなんか腹水出た
Give it up before you get a concussion. I don't need you getting KO'd by flicks to the forehead.
これは素手による攻撃とかじゃなくて鼻水が出る呪い的なものをかけただけよだって何もされてないもん
もう帰っていいかしら
ふふふふ自分の負けを認めたわね由美子破れたり
Like, the thing is, she poked her in the forehead, then immediately retrieved her arm. That was the issue. Just poke her forehead and leave the finger on. Then she has no fucking way to fucking deny it.
なんですって
あ、榊さんすみません負けましたはははどうも来たもう去った
Yes, that she knows.
どりゃーインチキしたくせにペッペ私負けてないからねははねえユージ由美子ってばインチキしてたよね
Well, let's see. She was pulling her punches pretty severely, so you could hardly call that a legitimate competition. Cheating in a broad sense of the word, I suppose.
でしょねえインチキだよねあいつずっげえな今度後ろから襲ってやるじょ
Is that your idea of playing fair?
目には目を埴輪がワオでしょちょっと今のは私おどけしすぎたわね
Oh, you're aware. Take it down a notch, why don't you? No need to try so hard.
普通だわよ無理なんてしてませんプンスカドン
Punskadan, eh? Something like a mastodon, perhaps? And that case, would the Punska in question be some famous paleontologist?
そんなわけないでしょ。
I mean, to be fair, the British were very, very weird when it came to their fossils.
That's almost a nice thing to say about the paleontologists themselves.
Yeah, there was a reason why Dracovic exists.
And there's a reason why they call it the Devonian or Cambrian period.
If it isn't ominous, were you listening in? No, I was just trying a little comedy on my own.
わかってるわよ。何が九段のプンスかよ。ユージってたまにそういう変な面を見せるわよね。いろいろな意味でドキッとする。
Nah, full of surprises, too nice. He's a fucking weirdo. That's not a compliment, is it? I got the message.
けなしてもいないけどさ。それにしても、ミチルは相変わらずね。元気というか、バカというか。
True, that's just the way she is.
キスはしたことある？あれ？ユージどうかしたの？
All of a sudden, I remember my recent kiss with Michiru. It was so abrupt and she seemed so unconcerned about it after the fact. We could all believe the whole thing was just a dream.
ねえ、ユージ。おーい、聞こえてますか？もしもーし。
But I'm honestly less interested in the kiss itself than the other Michiru that delivered it. The Michiru I spoke with on the high ridge wasn't the Michiru I know. That wasn't just an unusual mood or something. He was acting like an entirely different person.
ユージくんってばー。おーい。
But since then, Michiru's been the same as ever. I doubt anything will come from pursuing it.
おーい、おーい、ユージ。
What's wrong?
どうした？こっちのセリフでしょ？急に黙り込んだりして。
Just thinking about something.
ほうほう。もしかしてミチルちゃんのことが気になるのかな？
Yeah, I guess a little.
そうなんだ。プースクワットツンデレキングミチル三の城で呼んだ？
No, we did not.
私だって呼んでないんだからね。
Yeah, so now you don't need to get competitive over every little thing.
張り合ってません。どこが張り合ってるっていうのさ。それでしょ、張り合ってるって。ねえねえ、ユージがミチルのこと気になるんだってさ。どういうことだろうね。気になる？何よ、ユージミチルの何なのさ。
Don't worry about it. I did say something to that effect, but it's not anything worth getting it worked up over.
でもそれ気になるもん。教えなさいよね。ビシ
Okay, bye.
ちょっと
Decided to get best to withdraw before the situation takes a turn for the troublesome. I quickly leave the classroom behind.
ってちょっと待ちなさいよね。あんた人に言いたいことがあるならはっきり言えばいいじゃない。
I have nothing to say. The end.
ちょっと
Seems like the troublesome ship has already sailed. Sheer carelessness on my part. Women are, as a general rule, natural-born gossipers. I shouldn't have given them anything to work with.
Is it any wonder that the kanji, the Japanese kanji for talk, and then the Japanese kanji for woman is talk twice?
Wasn't it like the Japanese for talk is two kanji for women, and then the gossip for like the Japanese kanji for trouble is 3 women or something?
I forget that bit. It'd be apt all the same.
あんた歩くの早い。ちょっと待ちなさい。
Assistant?
Alright, gotcha. Chance for this one.
んたなんでそんなに逃げるのよ。疲れちゃうでしょ。
Quick, run to the top of the building and base jump off it.
You didn't have to follow me, you know.
だって気になるじゃない。あんた私に何かありそうだし。
Well, she's just running around to escape when he throws him in his own way. I suppose I could try being honest. The moment I look at Michiru's face, I carefully observe her expression, looking for anything suggestive of the other girl's presence.
何ですか?
But my friend from the ridge seems to be out of the house at present. This right here is definitely the normal Michiru.
何よ。言いたいことがあれば言いなさいよね。
She ineptly attempts a harsh-toned bluff, counterproductively drawing attention to the fundamental weakness of spirit she's trying to hide. And he clearly doesn't even realize I've seen through her a textbook Michiru.
あんたね、女の子の顔をジロジロ見るのは明確なルール違反よ。ジュネーブ条約第6条にも引っかかるわよ。
Now I'm curious what actually is Article 6 of the Geneva Conventions.
Alright, Google.
The present convention shall apply from the outset of any conflict or occupation mentioned in Article 2. In the territory of parties to the conflict, the application of the present convention shall cease on the general close of military operations.
So essentially she's yelling, stop doing that, or cease and desist.
In the case of occupied territory, the application of the present convention shall cease 1 year after the general close of the military operations. However, the occupying powers shall be bound for the duration of the occupation to the extent that such power exercises the functions of government in such territory by the provisions of the following articles of the Prevention Convention: 1 to 12, 27, 29 to 34, 47, 49, 51, 52, 53, 59, 61 to 77, and 143. Protect persons whose release, repatriation, or re-establishment may take place after such dates shall meanwhile continue to benefit by the present convention. I don't understand a fucking word that said just now.
Yeah, neither do I.
Why do such treaties always have to be fucking phrased like they're drunk?
Yeah, so flowery.
Please concisely explain what the Geneva Convention is.
それはこれでしょ。そのジュネーブさんが考えた貴重な動物が絶滅しないように輸入などを制限するやつでしょ。6条が亀についてでしょ。
I think you're talking about the Washington Convention. By the way, what exactly does your face have to do with the international trade of endangered tortoises?
うるさいわね。そもそもね、なんで見てるのよ。私の顔に何かついてるってな。
Can't think good. I've been focusing exclusively on the girl's expression and tone of her voice. Might have overlooked some revealing physical change. Shifting my focus, I resume my scrupulous observation of Michiru's face.
なぜ黙ったし。
Even as I lean into extremely short-range Michiru makes an effort to flee. Probably her stubborn pride is a tsundere at work. The girl's breathing is a little roughly through her nose. The girl's breathing a little roughly through her nose, and her eyes are darting around frantically. But by Michiru's standard, she's managing to keep it together. See, is there something on your face?
チェック しろって意味ではないわよ。
Michiru's the same as always. However, I have made the discovery that seems to have some potential interest. Kind of individual that I am, I decided to share my findings with the girl. Alright, my observations are complete. There's nothing on your face. Your skin is clean, smooth, and youthful, as one might expect of a teenage girl. I didn't detect dirt, encrusted bits of food, or any other blemishes of external origin. There is, of course, a possibility you're infested with phase mites, but that's impossible to determine with the naked eye.
何よその言い方。そうでしょ。何もないのよ。私ちゃんと毎日顔洗ってるし。
However, you do have a bit of a mustache. Calm yourself. It's only a little peach fuzz. Stands out a bit at very close range. In the case, there's no truth to the old wives' tales about shaving makes it grow back heavier, so deal with it as you wish.
あんたね、そういうのは女の子には直接言わないものなのよ、普通。
You're the one who asked if there was some on your face. I just answered the question.
うるさいわね。そもそもね、産毛はウブなんだからあんま見ちゃいけないのよ。このウブの子にどうするつもりよ。
Don't let it get to you. Nobody's gonna laugh at a young woman just because she has a little hair under her nose. Even if you drink a big glass of milk and end up with a bright white mustache, I'll wipe it clean for you like any halfway decent person would. On a grade schooler would mock you for something like that.
気にしなくていいって言っても気になるわ。そんなこと言われたの生まれて初めてだもん。もう絶対いつか復讐してやる。背後から襲ってやる。
I was trying to be considerate, but it seems to have some match during Michiru's enmity. As always, cross-gender diplomacy can be neatly summarized with the phrase, pain in the ass. No reason to work yourself into a frenzy. I wasn't trying to tease you, alright. I had a reason for observing you.
何よ、理由って何なのよ。聞いてあげるから言いなさいよ。
Huh, I don't mind, but I doubt you'd be of much help. Can't say I really understand the situation that well myself. Whoops, a drop of wine got onto my pants. I definitely have to grab a new pair after that.
何？あんた何言ってんのかよくわかんないんだけど。
How so? Well, I'm equally baffled by you, Michiru. I've come to think of you as something of a mysterious woman.
そんな風に言わなくても。まあまあ、おしゃまはいいから早く本題に入っていいのよ。
Batter! You seem to be misunderstanding something here. Anyways, a long story short, I
Tempting
don't
though it is.
understand what you did to me. It seemed completely unlike you.
何？今までの私からはってどういうこと？ちょっと気になるじゃない。ちゃんとわかるように言いなさいよ。
Michiru draws closer, visibly unsettled by my choice of words. He wasn't trying to imply anything particular, but maybe I hit a sore spot. I don't know if spelling it out is gonna make this anything else incomprehensible, but I'm talking about what you did to me the other day.
先日？友人にしたこと？私になんかした？
So you don't remember. Kind of suspected as much.
何よ？覚えてるもん。しました。はいはい、確かにね、しましたよね。で、何を？
We went to first base, so to speak, you insisted.
接吻？はあ？してないわよ。ねえ、なんでそんなお侍さんみたいなことするの？私が何の目的で？どういうこと？
Seems probably taking first base a little too literal. But it feels so ridiculous. Ridiculous actually explaining the metaphor that I decided to let her figure it out for herself. How would I know why? You're the one who started the whole thing, not me.
接吻か。したのかな？いや、してないよな。わかんない。どんな風にやったの？ちょっと再現してみせて。
Look, you're going to regret this. Listen carefully. When I say first base, I mean...
もう、私のことバカにするんでしょ。10分ぐらい知ってるわよ。ぐさうえうぎゃーってやつでしょ。ちょっとね、いくらなんでも知ってますよ、それぐらい。テレビジョンで見たことあります
I
よ。
don't think you do, Michiru. Look, it's a metaphor.
黙ってだからね、そうやって細かい間違いを指摘しないの。大体合ってればいいんだから。だったらそれでいいの。
No ballparks were involved. You're not even in the right time zone.
そんなわけないでしょうが。ちょっとやってみなさいよ。どこが違うか私が見てあげるから。
You want me to show you first base? Like we did the other day? I really don't.
いいからいいから。よいよ。いいからほらやってみなさい。私が有事にやったというその接吻とやろう。
Alright then, if you insist, I'll give you a little demonstration. Clearing my throat, I approach Michiru.
ふむふむ、再現してもらおうじゃないか。
Uh-oh.
ちょっと近すぎじゃない？なんで接吻するのにそんなに近づくの？
Can't do that from a distance, you know.
It's a
That's
nice
sort of
CG.
how it works. It is a nice CG. She is going to absolutely fucking implode.
ああ、そうよね。何しろ接吻だものね。それで私がどうしたって？
This. This looks more like he slipped her a fucking aphrodisiac than kissed her.
To her, I imagine it would be.
Oh lord. Holding Michiru's chin steady between my thumb and index finger, pressed my lips against hers. It's the same kind of abrupt kiss she gave me the other day. I don't think there was any tongue involved back then, so I keep things simple. Michiru stares at me from point-blank rage, an expression of blank incomprehension on her face. This isn't really a romantic thing, so I keep my eyes closed as well. Maybe it would have been better manners to shut... So I keep my eyes open as well. Maybe it would have been better manners to shut them. Well, whatever, hardly matters. After a moment, I slowly pull back, our lips cling together for a brief, reluctant moment, then part with a small smack. So ends our second visit to first base. Why is he only now here after he fucking separated from her in text already?
Bro's lagging.
Bro. There you go.
Yuji is
First
lagging.
base.
あフェ
This is what you did to me the other day. I don't understand why that happened, and I'm getting the idea you don't either, right?
うん。
Allow me to explain out of the fact. First base is a common metaphor for kissing. Baseball had nothing to do with that.
うん。
Any questions?
うん。
Go ahead then.
うん。うん。
No questions after all?
うん。
Alright then. Dismissed. Return to your post.
うん。
I'm not sure myself what a post is supposed to be, but I guess that's a wrap for the moment.
みちる様、今お掃除中だったんですよ。大丈夫ですか？うん。あれ？みちる様、どうかなさいましたか？うん。あれ？みちる様？みちる様？風見さん、
This is about Michiru, I assume? Don't worry about it. Just your everyday case of temporary insanity.
そうなのですか？何か強いショックを受けたのでしょうか？
Yeah, but it's nothing to get too...
全く同じ場所で同じバケツに足をかけて転んでる。
This should be that bad as shocked. Oh, I feel a little bad.
風見さん、みちる様に悪いことしたんですか？悪いことはいけないと思います。万引きですか？万引きをなさったんですか？万引きは悪いことです。
I don't think shoplifting would have anything to do with Michiru. Well, no, she's the one who asked me to do it, so it is ultimately her fault.
万引きをですか？みちる様は悪いですね。
listen to what I'm saying. Shoplifting wasn't involved.
では何を
Little visit to first base.
接吻接吻とはキスのことでしょうかみちる様がそれを望まれたんですか
No, but you did ask me to do it.
なかなか難しいお話ですね少し理解するのに時間がかかりそうです
I imagine so. I don't understand it myself currently.
風見さんが理解できないなら私には到底無理そうですはい
Okay then. See you later, I guess.
はいみちる様がこぼした水を拭き取ってまいります
Judging from that reaction, Michiru doesn't have much romantic experience. Has a good chance that was the girl's first kiss. Considering her age, it'd be a little on the late side, but everyone in the school has their circumstances. So it doesn't make sense to measure them against typical standards.
みちる様がまた同じバケツでしっかりなさってください
Seems that's a possibility. I've traumatized Michiru. Guess the girl might actually have a bit of a shelter. Might have been a bit of a sheltered princess. Alright, you alright? Didn't pick up on this earlier, but maybe you're imitating a sports car engine? One of those prancing horses? Or my attempt at lightening the mood, Michiru silently retrieves her canister of aluminum candies from the shark pouch around her waist and pours out a huge pile into her palm. That seems like a little much. It's like you're eating sand. Alright there, Michiru?
You can't taste that bad.
Michiru abruptly sprays great globs of half-chewed candy, vaguely resembling rotten chunks of tofu, out of her mouth. Did no one ever teach this girl to value her food? Michiru, my friend, seems to ate too much at once. I could grab her by her tears and swing her around like a fucking lasso.
みちる様これで顔を拭いてください雑巾ですありがとうふきふきぐすぐすさいよ気持ち悪いよ
I would imagine so. Why don't you take it easy for a while? Sachi will leave the rest to you.
はいかしこまりましたでは行きますよみちる様はい雑巾ありがとうえ臭いよ
So, Michiru and I have learned a valuable lesson about the dangers of overeating. Not that either of us were particularly happy about it. Have you ever made an irreparable mistake? You know, done something that can't be undone? Doesn't have to be anything particularly dramatic. Maybe you had a line drive into the neighbor's window as a kid. Good enough. Remember that crushing moment of dread? That sense of hopelessness? I don't think I'm ever going to feel that way again. It's not that I don't make mistakes. I've simply come to realize that every problem has its solution. When you break someone's window, just apologize. If that's not enough, you compensate them for the damage. Either way, if you're tactful enough to send over a box of pastries and an apologetic note afterwards, there probably won't be any hard feelings. Even if you happen to run into someone who isn't so easily placated, there are countless alternative ways of resolving the situation. Sure, these things end up costing you a little in the short term, but if you handle properly, there won't be any lasting repercussions. And once you get the knack of solving problems, you'll find yourself anticipating them ahead of time. So the door you need opened is fast. So the door you need opened is fastened shut with torque screws. Not anything to panic over. Just twist it out with your wrench. Plan a few moves ahead, and you'll have a lot less stress in general. It's not nearly as hard as it sounds. Just takes a little experience. On the downside, once you have that insight necessary to predict the future, you'll never be able to watch a Rube Goldberg machine in innocent amazement again. But on the whole, I find that an acceptable trade-off. Nah, Rube Goldberg machines are too fucking good.
Yeah, I agree.
Not to say that I have all the answers. Every once in a while I do find myself at a loss for a coping strategy. More often than not, this is a direct result of interaction with those highly unpredictable variables known as whammon.
Oh, no.
In the beginning.
In the beginning, there was light. The beginning of summer vacation brings a slightly different atmosphere to the Medium Academy campus. Our residents may not be the most uniformly diligent students in the world, but I suppose attending classes that are a bit stressful. With the burdens of academic expectations temporarily lifted, everyone seems noticeably relaxed. Unfortunately, there's a but here. Problem I never saw coming. Not to make this sound more dramatic than it is. And it's not like a butterfly flapped its wings in Brazil and launched a torpedo in my direction. Nah, it's a much simpler situation. It's simpler, but unfortunately no less of a pain in the ass. Lounging around the lobby sofa one morning when Sakaki walks up and clears her throat. Seems as though the time's finally come. I turn to face her, carefully establishing steady eye contact.
風見君、あなたに一つ確認しておきたいことがあるんだけど。
Yeah, not a problem. Ask whatever you want.
少しだけ言いにくいことなんだけど。いいかしら。
Judging from Sakaki's uncharacteristic hesitation, this is actually significantly more awkward for her than it is for me. After running a hand through her hair several times, she finally managed to move on.
夏休みに入る前に何かしなかった？
Do something. Could you be more specific? I'm always doing something. Breathing, digesting food, performing basic metabolic functions. But some I don't think that's what you want to know.
そう。あなたも自分で分かってるはずよ。
Maybe can I provide an accurate answer without knowing exactly what you're getting at?
それならはっきり言うけど、松島さんのことで確認したいことがあるの。
Not as much. Honestly, I'm surprised it took this long for one of the others to say something. Ever since that day, Michiru's been acting very strangely around me.
何かしたの？してないならあんなことにはならないわよね。
I suppose, yeah, you could say there's something to her.
それが何かは教えてはくれないの？
I don't mind telling you, but I'd recommend not launching a silly investigation. It's not going to help anyone.
分かってる。私だって必要以上に嗅ぎ回るつもりはない。逆の立場だったら不愉快だろうし。ただ、何があったのかを。
We kissed.
知りたかったの。何があっても驚かん。
Skaki's tense expression instantly crumbles. Guess she wasn't quite prepared for anything after all. Her mouth hangs open like a nutcracker with a broken hinge. Over that face, you're putting your beauty to waste. Better be careful or you might get auctioned off as a lesser work of munch.
いや、その、なんて。
I kissed Michiru. For a certain period of time, our mucous membranes came into contact. You do know what a kiss is, I assume.
キス？なんでキスなの？あなたたち付き合ってるの？
Talk about old fashions. It's just a kiss, right? Do a man and woman need to be in a relation to mash their lips together when the whim strikes them? Or maybe you're going to start marching on outlaw premarital sex rallies now, no doubt blushing daintily all the way. If you're in the need of a placard to express your path of exile. If you're in need of a placard to express your virginal needs, ideals, I can grab that sign from the campus gardens. It's already got "Please don't pick the flowers" printed on the front, so you won't even need to alter it.
ふざけないで。なんでそんなことしたのって聞いてるの。
So good.
Settle down, Sakaki. There were no sugary sweet developments of the sort you're imagining. It's just a reflex test, kind of experiment almost. Nothing to get yourself worried about.
反射？キスの実験？そんなことってある？
Maybe it's hard to believe, but sometimes a kiss doesn't mean anything on the emotional level.
私が口を出す問題ではないと思うけど。一応忠告しておくわ。あなたは感情が伴っていないと思ってるかもしれないけど、松島さんはそうじゃないかもしれないわよ。
I'll take that under advisement.
ちゃんと責任取った方がいいと思うけどね。
With those words, Scott leaves a lobby behind, shaking her head in amusement. Again, with his responsibility business. Omnis said something similar not so long ago, come to think of it. Seems men are expected to take responsibility for quite a wide range of things these days.
You don't say.
Oh, one of these girls caught me throwing a chewed up piece of gum in the garbage can. I'd probably become public enemy number one. I have to practice letting my candy down gently so as to avoid general condemnation. So for tossing you aside like that, but our relationship was never meant to last. Don't think badly of me. Frozen apple mint. No matter how much time we spent together, it's all bland and flavorless now. Those sweet early days will never return.
お兄ちゃんがおかしくなったのよさ。噛んだガムと会話してる。これはかなり来ちゃってる気がするのよ。
The nausea there, Machina! Do me a favor and forget you saw that, alright? I was just amusing myself. There wasn't even any gum in there. Just a little joke, you understand?
ああ、冗談か。冗談な。私も好きだぞ。あれだろ。ガムはガムみたいなやつな。
Machina, my friend, are you aware that effective punnery involves more than randomly mashing together words that sound alike?
知らない。でも面白いのよ。ガムはガム。
Try repeating 1,000 times. Maybe I'll be able to crack a smile.
はい。何を1000回聞けばよろしいのですか？
Oh no.
No, no, stop
ガムは
there.
ガム。
Oh
ガム
no.
はガム。
2回。
ガムはが飽きた。
もう？マキちゃん、あと998回残ってるけど、どうする？
サッチンに任したのよさ。
Oh no.
じゃあ続けておくね。ガムはガム。ガムはガム。
ところでお兄ちゃん、チルチル見なかった？さっきこの辺りにいたんだけど。
Michiru, no. Why don't you try calling for her and see if she comes running?
チルチル！チルチル！ふん、あんたに呼ばれたから来たわけじゃ。
Hi!
ないんだからね。
Michi's actually being an effective tsundere now because there's actually affection behind it now. Michi's opening words are delivered with the usual powerful tsundere spirit, but after dosing the eartone rapidly slides down the scale into timid. By the end of the sentence, her voice is only barely audible.
みちる様、どうされたんですか？体調が悪いのですか？ガムはガム。
ガムはガムに決まってるじゃない。それに私は元気よ。何の問題もないわ。いい。それはよかったのよさ。ねねチルチル、新ギャグ考えた。パインがパインパイン。そうなのよさ。パインパイン。あんたのダジャレなんて面白くないんだからね。でも後でちょっと笑ってあげてもいいのよ。
Machina doesn't seem to understand the concept of a pun particularly well.
あ、うん。そうですね。
ガムはガム。ガムはガム。ガムはガム。
Meanwhile, loading screen.
何よ。文句でもあるっていうの。 音量設定。
Here you have it, Kuminesachi ASMR.
You can hear that this is almost only one take of her saying the thing, and they just like repeatedly ad infinitum.
Yeah.
Like you can clearly hear the start and the end of the actual voice recording.
音量設定。テキスト設定。ダイアログの表示設定。どうも に対するチルチルの態度が変なような気がするのよさ。はあ？そんなわけないでしょ。私はいつもこんな調子で楽しくやらせてもらってるでございますけども。
Just like what exactly?
あ、はい。こんな調子ですよ。はい。今日のチルチル、やっぱり変なのよ。そうかな？そんなことないと思うけど。
It's pretty obvious that my presence is posing an obstacle to smooth communication. Deciding it best to withdraw for the moment, I sadly rise from the couch.
あれ？お兄ちゃん、どこか行くの？
My presence seems to be bothering Michiru. Thought I'd give you guys some space.
はあ？バカじゃないの？あんたなんて全然気にしてないから、そんなことしなくていい。いいわよ。
You sure about that?
あ、はい。本当です。
This is how it's been lately. Not to state the obvious, but ever since that second kiss, Michiru's been acting strangely self-conscious around me. Might sound vaguely romantic, but more like she's keeping a wary distance.
とにかく、じ、あんたね、どっか行かなくていいわよ。ここにいなさい。早き。
So you're right then?
それとサッチはガムガムうるさい。黙りなさい。ガムが、はい。そうよ。そうしてね。それじゃあ。
Michiru walks off, swiftly swinging her left arm in unison with her left leg and her right arm with her right leg. Objectively speaking, the girl seems to be 2 steps away from an downright panic attack. Wonder how her young friends are taking all this.
みちる様、何かあったのかな？飛脚の真似かな？どうしたの？マキちゃん。かっこいい！何あれ？すんげえ斬新な歩き方なのよさ。サッチ、真似するよ。真似？わかった。じゃあ、左手と左足から。歩くときも止まるときも左足からは基本なのよさ。はい、次反対。マキちゃん、これ歩きにくいね。見た目がかっこいいからそれぐらい我慢するのよさ。あ、サッチン、その歩き方すっごいサイボーグっぽい動きなのよ。いいよ、その動きいいよ。そうかな。我々はそれは宇宙人なのよさ。ああ、そっか。難しいね、サイボーグって。私、この世で一番サイボーグとかけ離れた存在だから。なあ、サッチン、今思ったんだけど、湯豆腐とサイボーグって親戚？それは血縁関係があるかってこと？調べてみないとわからないな。でも似てるね。じゃあ、高野豆腐とミートボールは？きっと、両方食べ物。ああ、そっか。食べ物な。食べ物好き。食べられるから。じゃあ、ミートボールとトーク上手は？上手？もしかしてそれ、サメの話？え？サメの話なんてしてないのよさ。どうしたの、サッチン？なんでもない。
Seems I didn't need to worry on that front. Maki is completely distracted by that avant-garde way of walking, and as usual, Sachi Maki is completely distracted by that avant-garde way of walking, and as usual, Sachi was roped into playing along. These two don't seem particularly concerned about Michiru's behavior, but as a certain busybody, he probably won't take such a carefree attitude. What's up, Unman? I'm getting the sense you might have something you want to say to me.
その通り。どうしたじゃないわよ。自分でも分かってるくせに。ミチルの様子がおかしいの。ユージが原因らしいじゃない。
I suppose can't deny that, but there's not much I can do about it.
そんなことない。ユージが何かしたんなら自分で責任取りなさい。それが男ってものでしょ。
Alright, I'll fuck her. Are you happy? Lord, again with the responsibility?
だって明らかにミチルの様子は変よ。喧嘩したなら仲直り。そうじゃなくても仲直り。
No! No!
Feminine logic on full display there, everyone.
That is not the way. Like, that isn't even fucking feminine logic. Because, like, you had a fight and you apologize without knowing what you did wrong. She's still going to give you shit. Like, do you even know what you're apologizing for? No, I fucking don't, but I'm trying to improve the situation. Because you won't fucking talk.
どうせ二人とも意地っ張りなんだから、男の子のユージが先に謝りなさい。
Fine, fine. At this rate, tranquil school days seem like to take an unpleasant turn for the turn tense. I suppose I'll have to thank her. Your considerate advice.
もう、皮肉言ってないで早く行ってきなさい。ミチルは部屋にいると思うから。
Understood. Rest assured, I'll resolve this post haste. So I said, but how exactly am I supposed to approach this? The problem's entirely on Michi's end right now. Somehow or other, I need to get the girl to relax a little. Take care of it, huh? Easy for you to say. But I guess I have to try at this point. Thinking it over isn't going to get me anywhere. Deciding to play things by ear, I head straight to Michi's room. Michi, I'd like a word.
何でしょうか。どうしたのよ、その顔は。
Not sure I follow. I think I have a pretty normal look on my face at the moment. Because I'm not in the ordinary.
なんの問題もないわよ。逆になんで何の問題もない普通の顔してるのよ。
I'm not allowed to have a normal expression. That sounds like a nuisance.
とにかくね、ちょっとその変な感じになるからあんまり近くに来ないで。
Want me to back off then? This far enough?
もうちょっと遠くで。
That's far enough.
もうちょっと遠く。
That's far enough.
あと一歩。
And so I ended up all the way out here.
ねえ、何してるの？
Admiring your figure. Sorry about that. Just playing around. Pay me no mind. I love to play with your floggy body, though.
Uh-huh.
そう。
Saw that coming.
それならいいけど。
Incidentally, Chizuru, when do you think a man needs to take responsibility? Because I don't mind taking it for you.
ちょっと風見くん、まさかうちの子に何かしたわけじゃないわよね。
Oh, I'd love to do something to you. That I did. However, it didn't involve impregnating them.
なるほど。だったら若いんだし、あとは全部自己責任じゃない？いちいち男の子が責任取ってたら世の中歩きにくいでしょ？土下座姿の男で道路がいっぱいになっちゃうものね。
Interesting argument.
そんなものでしょ。喧嘩両成敗じゃないけどさ、男女の問題においては責任はどっちにもあるのよ。そう思わないとやってられないしね。
You don't say. That one seems to have worries of her own. Well then, let's see. What's my next move? In the end, I make the bold, resolute decision to read a book until the heat dies down a bit. At times like these, one might get the impression that I spend every waking moment of the day I possibly can reading. But for the record, I'm not as severe a bookworm as Michiru seems to think. To be sure, I spend an unusually high proportion of my time with books. But I also exercise, listen to music, and watch movies like anyone else. Might be a little hard to believe, but I particularly enjoy the radio. Listen to Rossini through a veil of static resistance to even the most careful dial-twirling ads of certain resonance you won't find anywhere else. Unexpectedly, this time Michiru's the one who approaches me. What's wrong? You want me to take responsibility as well?
責任？いや、そうじゃなくてね。なんだろうね。
First she drives me off, now she's following me around. I really wish the girl would make up her mind. I just want to wrap this whole mess up and get back to normal as ASAP.
ねえ、あんたが悪いんだからね。
Yeah, sorry about that.
何それ？どうい
We're
うこ
talking
と？
about what happened the other day, right? That was my bad. Forget about it.
忘れるってどういうことよ？
Forget it means forget it. I'd appreciate if you could wipe the whole incident from your memory. That said, I do understand that it's probably going to be a little difficult to pull that off right now.
そうよ。そうに決まってるじゃない。
In that case, just act like you don't remember. We'll pretend it never happened. That should keep the others from squawking at us. I don't think life will be simpler, and I think life will be simpler and easier that way for the both of us. So what do you say? So I'm wrong.
ああ、はいはい、わかったわよ。もうあんたのことなんて知らないんだからね。本当に知らないんだからね。
Back to normal tsundere, eh? Glad to see you've cheered up.
あんたバカ。これ疑問形じゃなくて言い切りよ。あんたバカ。
Oh, I got all worked up. Someone might come over to see what's going on if they keep shrieking like that. They'd probably misinterpret your red eyes as evidence I've upset you in some way.
赤くなんてしてないでしょ。
They are actually. Go look at a mirror.
赤くなんてないもん。バカ。随分と大きな声が聞こえてきてますが、大丈夫でしょうか。
Yeah, no problem. You can go back now.
はい、戻ります。
Well, that's fine. Glad we've cleared up everything now. Glad we've cleared everything up now.
わかりましたよ。そうしますよーだ。
As work Kasami Yuji problem resolved. And so the curtains drew close on this problem play. My beautiful school life was sandwiched from this moment of peril. That's all I'd like to say, but that's not how it turned out. All's well that ends well, yes. But my problems hadn't yet run their course. If anything, they were only getting started. No, we're gonna leave the decision up to Bud. You want to keep going or want to stop for the day?
How long have we been recording?
2 hours and 17 minutes.
Do you want to stop here for now, or do you want to keep going?
I'm leaving it up to you.
Oh, no.
I'm comfy
Eagle?
either way. I'm comfy either way.
Yeah, we could stop here for today.
You
Sounds
heard the
fair.
man.
Because I think you said there's an H scene coming up.
What?
No.
No one said anything
No,
about
not for a
Ace.
while. Not for a
This
very
is the
long
start
while.
of the route, man.
Okay.
She's not like a
I'm
Mane.
hearing
Come on.
things. No, it's okay. I'm just hearing things. That's normal.
So, continue or stop for the day, Bud.
Well, considering I'm hearing things, we should probably stop for the day.
Yeah, makes sense.
セーフ。
I don't know where I got that from. I could have swore you said that.
Yeah, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this one and see you next time. Bye-bye.
See ya.
See you on, folks.